Well, welcome back to the second installment of playing Heroes of Might Magic 3 with the Necropolis. We are just starting week 4 of our game, and you can see it's a large map. We've only completed about a third of the top part of the map. There is a underground as well, which we have yet to even explore. Just to review our main heroes, we have Septina, and you can see she's only level 4, so she's still got lots of other skills to gain. Her primary specialty is going to be Death Ripple, and so we're going to focus on that. We've already picked up Earth Magic, which is going to allow us to cast this more often and at a much stronger power than we would have otherwise. And then we have Aslan. Aslan's level 3, so not much more behind. And his specialty is Meteor Shower. He's going to end up protecting our castle most of the time. And he also has the Necromancer skill, because, of course, every character that you get under Necropolis is going to be a Necromancer or a Death Knight, and so they'll all have that ability. What will be different is their specialties. And there are certain people that we're looking for, so let's find out. So here we go. Let's continuing on with day 1 of week 4, taking a look at our Necropolis. We've built pretty much every building there is, other than a second level Dragon Vault. And to build up our Mage Guild more, we can build that to a level 5. We just need the resources to do that. And you can see here the amount of resources that you need for each level is going to increase, but I just don't have enough sulfur to do that. And I'm going to run out of these soon too. So we'll just keep collecting, build what we can build, and keep going. So off we go. Because this is the beginning of a month, all the creatures are here. I'm going to pick up the more powerful ones. Except I'm not going to use my dragons yet until I can upgrade them. So I'm just going to pick up these, starting with the Death Knights. That's all I can afford. They're pretty expensive. You can see 1,500 a piece. But hey, they're pretty good. So let's just get going. What I want to do is follow this path. Let's see if we can't take another town and just keep moving. We have Aslan. He's going to stay around the castle and protect it. He's just going to finish searching what's around here, but he's not going to wander very far. He's going to be our protector. You can see orange is in my map. They're visible, so they're probably fairly close to me. Black towers are fairly tough. They're probably dragons of some sort. Yep, you can see 1 to 4 red dragons. I have 6 Death Knights. I think I could probably take them. So I'm going to try, and let's just see how it goes. You see, I beat them, no problem. There was only 1 of them. There could have been up to 4. Would have been a lot worse if there was 4, but there was only 1. And the nice thing is then I get the treasure of what's in there. A ring of life and the gold. Well, gold is helpful, so happy to take that. And let's just keep moving. Keep on searching. Again, great. We're going to pick up these. Those are always money or low-level equipment. We're going to just keep upgrading all that we can. Let's just get through this next week. Now, because Aslan is going to stay inside the castle, he really only needs a few things. He doesn't need a number of special abilities. I want him to have all the powerful abilities, and then the others are kind of optional. I like the idea of him being able to generate us more money. That's essentially what estates are going to do, and every level of ability that I get in there, from basic to advanced to expert, is going to increase the amount of extra money every day, which can make a big difference. So let's give him that skill. And continue on. He's going to make his way around this way and continue to build. Personally, the Cover of Darkness, the problem I have with this one is, okay, yes, it covers the city with permanent area, so it makes the area near our castle shrouded in darkness, and it reshrouds all the time. So for trying to get in, they don't necessarily know where I am. But if someone ever takes my castle, I find that it's more of a pain in the ass to try to figure out where it is again. So I personally don't bother spending money on this one. Personally, I'm going to keep getting additional necromancy because I want to continue to build army if possible. Oh boy, this one would be great. I would love to get this Sword of Judgment. It is probably the strongest weapon in the game. So we're going to give it a go and just see what that looks like, see if we have a chance. But honestly, I don't think my two Death Knights could win it, but we can see. But 5 to 9, if there was 5, maybe 9, definitely not. You know what? It's too risky. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep going this way. I know I'm going to chicken out, I guess, and make my way this way. But I wanted to try to get a castle, so it'll be somewhere up one of these paths. So let's just keep going up the path and see if we can't find it. Because at this stage in the game, getting another castle or town would be better than anything. While they're still potentially weak. Left or right? Left or right? Let's go this way. Let's find out. So far, not so good. I'm going to pick up this while I'm here. But there is green this direction, so I got a feeling I might be okay going that way. Nothing. I am going to look for a new hero at the beginning of next week, and I'm going to look for a Death Knight who has stronger level 1 unit capabilities. We'll see what I can do there. Let's get these, maybe level up. Perfect, perfect. Again, we want her to focus on magic. Ah, here we go. Great. We found a manufactory, so this is a wizard's tower. He looks like he's got a fair bit of stuff in there, and you can see by the top row of the building with the looks like a moat around it. That means it's a full-size castle. Full-size castles are going to be really, really tough. I'm not sure that I could win that battle. I don't have a lot of spell points. I don't have any creatures that can cross over the walls. He's just going to continue to hammer me down every single turn. I don't think I can win that fight. Definitely not ready yet. So we can't. I hate to be chicken, but I just can't. So I have an idea. Maybe next round I can send a different unit type over there, maybe with some vampires to get over the wind, and maybe a dragon or two to get it over. We'll just have to see, but definitely not ready. Excuse me. So in the meantime, let's pick up whatever we can around them to build our army, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so let's see who's available. So there's another necromancer. Sandro's specialty is sorcery, which if you've not seen what sorcery does, sorcery improves the level of strength of your spells. But I really want a Death Knight. I want to show you what the Death Knight looks like. So I'm just going to wait till next week, which is tomorrow anyway, and we'll just see what becomes available in terms of the units. They change out every week. And so if you don't like what you see, initially you just wait and see what you get. That was helpful. I'm just going to pick up some more units while I wait for my next character. Ah, perfect, Death Knight. And this is a guy I like too. His specialty is necromancy. So we're going to pick him up so we have a Death Knight. If you look at his specialty, you see he gets a bonus per level that he goes. So imagine he gets to level 20. He's got a 100% bonus to what he's able to animate back, and give him advanced necromancy on top of that. He's going to be pretty impressive in terms of resurrecting armies at the end of every battle. I definitely want that. Let's take him. Let's upgrade his skeletons. Let's just upgrade everything that he's got. Now the goal we have for him is just to go help out Septima with an army of units that can get over the wall and take that castle. So we're going to take dragons, and we're going to take our vampires, and let's take a ranged unit, the liches, because they can just fight from afar. So let's do that. And then he's going to have his own units that he will keep to wander around. Good enough. He's good to go. Perfect. So he'll just head towards her now and pick up a few of the ideal pieces. Let's keep going. Let's see what we can do. Let's move him again. Let's see how close we get to her, because here comes somebody. Let's destroy them. Let's see how many he raises. Out of 84 enemies that he defeated, he picks up another 7 skeletons. So that's not bad, right? Picked up 10%. Goes up again a level. Let's pick up tactics. What I like about tactics, because again, these are my non-magic user characters that I'm going to focus on. They can very quickly, with tactics, move, decide at the beginning of the battle where they want their units to be started from. That can be a big advantage, especially against either against armies that have a lot of ranged users, or to be able to automatically encircle your own ranged users so that they're protected against frontal attacks. So we'll take that skill. I like that. And let's keep going. And let's bring her around to meet him. I'm going to save these low-level creatures for him to fight and gain experience with. He tried to run around me. Well, we're not going to allow that just to happen. Let's go get him. Let's give her what she needs. Oh, did you see that too? She taught him some spells. She taught him how to use the death ripple spell, which is cool. That's what we want. We're going to give him the live creatures and the Death Knights and go from there. Let's do it. So now he can go and take her out. Perfect. Now, he's going to just stay up here and keep going this way and go down the other path and figure out what's down there. Now let's go get that castle. Oh, wrong way. Duh. He is going to take out people that aren't supposed to be around here. Now, unfortunately, the whole time I'm away from that other castle, they're building it up. So the longer it takes you to decide to get back somewhere to try to take something over, the harder it's going to be when you eventually do get there. So it's not great the longer you're away. As you can see, it looks pretty much the same, but they probably have a few more of each of those units. Let's get in there. Now, I want to show you the actual battle. Maybe I can do better than that because I can use spells where otherwise I wouldn't be able to. Her specialty, as I said, is Death Ripple. So let's take a look at Death Ripple. Death Ripple is going to do 45 points of damage to everything that's a living creature. That's the spell I want. None of their units are ranged units. So typically, if they have ranged units, they will stay behind the walls. If they don't have ranged units, they will usually come out to attack you. So let's wait and see what they do. As expected, here they come. They don't have a lot of choice other than just to sit there. Now, what we could do, and here's what I like, is the Lich. The Lich has a Death Cloud attack, which is very, very strong as well. Now, you can see the arrow isn't broken, so that's going to be a full damage shot, and you can see the expectation is we'll kill 2 to 3 of their units. The Death Cloud would hit anything that's in these squares around as well, if I had something in those squares. Let's use the dragons here on their toughest character, which is the Genie, and we'll use the Death Knights here on their Nagas. Now, the thing about Nagas, you can see 2 things. The Death Knight curses them. So you can see here now, if you take a look at down below, you look at for 3 turns, this unit is going to be cursed, which means they will do the minimum damage that their character can do. Unfortunately, that's 20. They just do a flat amount of damage every time. But there's no retaliation. Now, there's also no retaliation for my vampires either. And you can see he's got 49 health left. If I do another Death Ripple spell in the next round, I still won't kill one, but it'll be close. But I'm going to attack this unit here. Unavoidable that those guys are going, so let's Death Ripple again. Cross over, take out this unit. He will take out those. Double damage. That was a double damage attack. We'll destroy their Naga, and we killed the rest of their gargoyles. All that's left is their golems. Unfortunately, they're hitting my vampire, and there's not a lot I can do about that. There's no point in doing Death Ripple at this point, because they only have golems, and the Death Cloud from the Lich won't hurt my guys. So I still lost a few, but there's nothing. You're always going to lose something. What are you going to do? Still, I think the loss was less by doing the fight myself and using spells. As I said, sometimes the computer, when you let them do the battle for you, it doesn't always turn out as good as it could have. She got decent amount of experience, went up a level. Oh, she has a chance to learn air magic. I'm going to do that. And she raised another 19 skeletons to join. So I'm going to leave this castle. It already produces a decent amount of cash. It's doing all it can. You can only have one capital. So that means instead of 4,000 gold per day, it will earn 2,000 per day. If I build a wall of knowledge, I'll get an additional knowledge skill by my character. I like that. Let's learn any spells they have by going into the wizard's tower. And then I'm just going to wait here for one round, just to get back my spell points, and we'll start touring around and see what's here. I'm actually not going to spend any money on trying to develop this town, though. And let's just keep moving and collect all we can. Ah, there's Blue. We took his castle, so he's coming back. Well, let's see. Wonder what we could do about this individual. Probably nothing. Anyway, let's go get these. And let's see who's near our castle. There's someone coming. Who's this guy? What's he got? Doesn't have a lot. He definitely can't take us. Nope. He can't take us for sure. Though we look weak, but trust me, Aslan is pretty tough. His meteor shower would do some significant damage to anybody. Let's just see if they attack us and go from there. Let them attack us. If you make yourself look enticing, it's not enough to scare them away, so they will usually attack. If you look too powerful, they just kind of run around in your area. I will produce all the resources and money I can out of any towns that I own. So in this case, I will spend money on a resource tower. It will build me gems every round. Again, same reason you just want to build those things as much as possible. So you can see he attacked me. He couldn't even take me out. Automatically, I lost 5 guys. I'm not going to bother doing the battle for real because I'm happy with that result. So that looks good to me. And I went up a level as a result. And then that's it. So that is, we're going to do one more week in this segment and go from there. So let's pick up again all the resources that are nearby, take out any enemies nearby because we'll convert them to skeletons to help raise our army bigger. This is definitely what you want to do when you have a Necropolis type. You want to try to get as many of the small creature stacks that are out there to build as large of a skeletal army as possible. That is your goal. You need the experience, you need the larger army, and so that's what both of these guys are doing. Isra's going to run around and do all of that. You can see that he's got a scouting ability because he has rogues. If you have rogues in your party, which you can pick up on the map, you can't produce them in any towns, but you can pick them up in the map, then it will tell you exactly what is in a unit that you're looking at. And you can see here, these weak creatures will surely flee before us. So you won't even have to fight these ones. You know what? They'll try to run away. You're too powerful for them. But it's nice in that it will also tell you if they will likely join you. So we'll just keep going. head this way. Let's go get those zombies out of the way. I'm going to fight them. I want the experience. I want the skeletons. So we'll do that. Now, because he is going to be one of my unit types that is going to run around the map a lot and fight things, basic pathfinding reduces the cost of moving across various types of terrain considerably. So I definitely want to pick up this skill if possible. Again, I want to go up levels, so I'm going to pick the experience of these chests. Now, the only thing I will do in terms of magic is I do like all my characters to be able to cast spells, and so I will always pick up wisdom and, if possible, earth magic or air magic. Now, in his case, he's a necromancer. Necromancy is an earth magic skill, so he's going to pick up earth magic, and then he's going to improve. He went up 2 levels, improve his necromancy skill. Now let's just keep going. Let's pick up this tower, because we want his magic to go stronger, and we'll pick up from this hovel additional peasants. Now, peasants suck, but we'll get them anyway because they're free. Okay, the observatory allows us to see what's around, and you can see we uncovered a few things. I see a school of magic over here. I can increase my magic ability. I definitely want to pick up this learning stone, get the experience. I want to definitely mark this pit as mine, so I earn those, and I want to pick up all of these. So let's go do that, and let's see if we can learn a spell in here. We did. Again, we're going to fight everything. And we're going to increase our wisdom. Eagle Eye, what Eagle Eye does is it gives you a chance to learn a spell that someone else casts at you if you don't have that spell. Personally, I find it a useless skill, because if you own enough town types, you will probably learn all the spells eventually anyway. So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to instead increase my ability and wisdom. And then let's get these. Now over to Isra, increase their magic, grab some humans. That's not bad. And you can see here, there's 91 of these basilisks. They're a level 4 troop. I would get my ass kicked. I am not going to fight them. So let's just move this direction and see what's there. As you can see here, this looks fairly full. I'm not going to do anything. Instead, I'm going to increase anything that I can at my primary capital. The other thing I should do at the primary capital is go back to that, is increase these to the full, the upgraded units for them. These skeletons could be upgraded. These zombies could be upgraded. All of these can be upgraded. Other than the Death Knights, Black Knights can become Death Knights or Dread Knights, and there we go. So those are all upgraded, and continue. And you can see the amount of resources and money we have. Because we have 2 towns now, we actually earn a decent amount of money every turn. So that's great. Let's beat these dwarves. Again, and every time we just keep getting more skeletons, which is what we're trying to do. Now, here's an interesting one. She's a wizard type. She's a necromancer. Basic intelligence increases the amount of spell points. And you can see over here, you get 10 spell points per level of wisdom that you have, or sort of knowledge. I have 7 knowledge, so I get, if I rest in a week, 70 spell points. Basic intelligence increases your normal spell points that you have available to you. It's very handy if you're a spellcaster to have as large of a pool of spell points as possible. So this is a skill that you probably want. Let's mark this ore as ours and just keep moving. Check our town. Nothing can be upgraded. The last thing for us to really upgrade is this Dragon Vault. And as you can see, what we really need are, mercury. We have the wood, we have the stone. What we don't have is the mercury. You can see we only have 5. We need 20. That's a very large amount. We need to find ourselves a spot where we can produce those. So let's continue. Oh, there's just a treasure item hanging out on the map. Pick it up. It's not a good one. We already know this one. Let's just keep going through here, see what's around us. and continue to pick up more and more skeletons. This is why I like this type. Skeletons are weak, but in great numbers, they can be a serious threat. You can see he's picking up quite a few. And when we go back to our town, we'll upgrade them. Now you can see here, this conservatory is usually griffins you have to fight, and if you defeat them, there's angels inside that will join you. At the end of the day, I don't really need them. I'm not strong enough probably to defeat this one. Septima is, but not Isra. So let's just do this, keep it the way it is. All right, he is going to head back and upgrade some of his unit types and then head back out. And that's essentially what we're going to do. We're going to finish the next couple days. We already have, oh, look, green has been abandoned, or he has abandoned his lands and is banished now from the game. So now we're down to 3 computer players and just us. Now, the other players are not aligned, so they could be fighting each other, and they are, which is what we want. It's kind of a all for one type of scenario. She's just going to keep moving, fighting everything. Now, I like monks. They're a fairly tough ranged unit, so I'm just picking them up. They will die in my party eventually anyway and turn into skeletons. And I can see here there is an enemy here. I can't quite see them, but I just see their legs sticking out here. That's probably what they are. So let's go see who that is and whether or not we can take them. Okay, they headed down. Let's head down. Well, where did they go? Let's see. Ah, there they are. This is a dead end. That is not a dead end yet, but we're going to chase them. Ooh, they have a good sized army, but we can win. So let's go find them and defeat them. And that is the end of 4 weeks. Haha. So he decided to attack me, but I want to show you what this looks like with vampires. And this is how we're going to start. I like to have the high-end fast units because it means I always get to go first. He's also a necromancer, and so he has skeletons. My death ripple is not going to hurt his skeletons. It's not going to hurt his wights either, but it's going to hurt everything else. And as I've gotten up a little bit higher level now, you can see my death ripple does 50 points of damage instead of 45. And so that's pretty significant. 50, 50, 50, 50. That's 200 points of damage right off the bat. Let's make them come to us because I have some ranged units that are going to do some significant damage. As you see, down already. my 3 monks are gone, but that's because my death ripple would have hurt them as well. Your spells can hurt your own party if you're not careful. I didn't care about them, so that's it. I'm going to cast my death ripple here. I could damage and destroy, hopefully, his ballista. Don't like those. Oh, couldn't do anything to it. Let's get right in there. Double damage on his troglodytes, and let's go. It's our turn again. We're going to keep death rippling and keep attacking. And let's get in there. I like to take out his ranged units. Ranged units tend to be very weak when you're close. So, so we take them out. As you see here, any attacks on my vampire, they just come right back to life, which is why I like them. A strategy in the game is definitely to have just an army of vampires, nothing else, and you can quite often go through the whole game without issue, just doing that. We'll just finish this battle. And he ran away, but you can see we definitely picked up quite a good amount of experience Basic learning allows you to learn more experience points when you get into fights. It's very handy early to go up levels quickly, but once you're at a high level, you're going to go slow anyway, with or without the skill, and then you kind of feel like you have a wasted slot. So here we go. And that's it for our next segment. Check back for our continuation of gameplay. Thanks for joining, and hit like and subscribe.